So in this video, we're going to explore the movie Her and ask the question if us humans can fall in love with artificial intelligence systems. And that's what the movie's all about. So tons of spoilers if you haven't seen it. If you have, you might want to go back after the video. I've watched it dozens of times because I've taught the course dozens of times. And every time I watch it, I go a little bit deeper, asking the question, really, what it means to be human. And so Samantha's unlike any artificial intelligence system we have currently. She has very complex emotions. She asks interesting questions like, are my emotions real? She has a great sense of humor, timing with her jokes. She makes mistakes. If you listen to her voice, it's very interesting. You know, she says and she messes up every so often, which is a very authentic human type of thing. In fact, when you hear someone perfectly speak, it's kind of weird. It almost kind of creeps you out sometimes. So it feels much more human to make a mistake once in a while. In fact, I'm going to do a video on creepiness. That's a very interesting question. Can AI systems feel creepy? We know humans can. So I'll do that video in maybe the next few days. But she's also jealous. And so she's jealous because Theodore's wife has a physical body and Samantha doesn't. She's an AI system. She has no physicality to her. And she's kind. So in one act of kindness, she takes all of Theodore's writings and she sends them into a publisher, which is just such a touching thing. If someone did something so kind that could read our thoughts and read our emotions and what we need, then we would be really impressed with them, with their humanity. So as I would lecture, what we're looking at here with these movies, and I'll cover a couple other movies similar to this in the next few days, they're not the Turing test. The Turing test was asking, can a machine think? What we really have escalated to is a different type of question. We're asking, can these artificial intelligence systems really be human? Do they have a soul? And if they do, what is it? Because it's like we're looking into a mirror with artificial intelligence. And what we're really asking is, well, if you can be human-like, what does it mean to be human? What are we really like? And so if we figure out if artificial intelligence can simulate humanity, maybe we'll figure out the question of what is humanity. And you see this really, one of my favorite parts of the whole movie is that they have a hyper-real Alan Watts simulation, or artificial intelligence system. And so they took all of Alan Watts's writings, put it in some kind of system that created like a hyper-real version of Alan Watts. And maybe it's even more Alan Watts than Alan Watts. And that really takes us to a deep level, asking the question of who are we? You know, could we become resurrected sometime in the future if these artificial intelligence systems touched our essence and what it means to be human? So I remember meeting Sophia. If you've seen the robot Sophia on, she's made her ways all over the media. And she's really, I mean, she's not super impressive. She's kind of impressive, kind of creepy to be around her. And I was at a conference, and it was the end of the conference, and I got to interact one-on-one for a very short time because it was the end of the day. And all the workers were around. And what I noticed is even though Sophia has really captured people's imaginations, and she's actually a robot who has been granted human rights by at least one country. And so that's very interesting. But what I noticed is that they started putting her away and they unplugged her and they didn't ask her. They didn't say, okay, Sophia, is it okay if we unplug you? They just started unplugging her and packing her up for the day. And I thought, well, that's, we would never do that with a human. So again, we're really far from Samantha, but that doesn't mean we won't get there. And I think the most interesting thing about our path getting there is asking a really different question than what Turing asked. What we're really asking is, what does it mean to be human? And maybe we'll really stumble across some really interesting parts on this adventure.